Let's party. Life's always a party. Let's go,
baby. Let's go. Today is our 50th show, baby.
The big 5-0. Can you make some noise out there if you're listening to Life's a Party? It's the 50th anniversary.
Oh my god.
No, it's not 50th anniversary.
No.
We'd be very old people.
Yeah,
we've been doing this for 50 years.
It is our 50th show today, so hopefully you were here the first episode, and now you're here the 50th episode. If not, you will be here for the next 50, so we appreciate you guys.
You know what they say? Time flies when you're having fun.
Time flies when you're at the party, baby.
No, time flies when you're having fun.
Nah, you're just chilling at the party, having a good time, and in honor of our 50th anniversary, dude, I did it.
50th anniversary. We're 55 years old.
In honor of our 50th show, Ryan is doing a scuba.
If you're watching on YouTube, I have the double scuba up. I have to pull out all the stops for the 50th anniversary. 50th show. The big 5-0.
50th show today. If you want to get one of these scubas, link in our bio. Use code Life's a Party for 10% off. Ryan, kick us off, baby.
Oh, wait, I got to back up because Paul gets very upset when I get the beer all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, we have expensive electronics.
Right.
Let's not do that.
So we want to thank you all. This all wouldn't be possible. 50 shows is a lot of shows, and we appreciate all of you guys who follow us. The DMs, keep them coming. It keeps us going, and there's just big things ahead. So this is in honor of all you guys and the pod.
And the pod. We got 50 shows, and here he goes, baby. You got a double scuba. You're drinking 2 beers at once. Great chugging tool. As I said, 10% off. Link in our bio. We love scuba beer. They're great.
I did that pretty fast.
That was good. There you go. We got a double scuba, and that's how you kick off the 50th show.
That was pretty fast, Paul. You impressed?
Yeah, I'm a little impressed. I mean, I know you're a big chugger, you know.
Well, since it's the 50th show, I think we should do them justice and tell them what's ahead for us.
Yeah, so we have a bunch of stuff planned. We got a new studio that we're looking into, and hopefully that'll be up by end of August, early September. It's a project for us. We're doing a lot of really cool things with it, and something that we want to do is we have this new studio coming, and we have a lot of followers on TikTok, and we know a lot of great artists. So we said, hey, how cool would it be if you want to display your art somehow? You can relate it to our show, maybe do a painting, drawing, maybe you do some different artwork and you're like, oh, this is different and cool. If you're interested in getting your artwork on our new set, let us know. Give us a DM on Instagram and we'll work something out, you know?
Even if you're not an artist and you just want to maybe chip into a little piece of and feel as if you're part of the show.
Yeah.
Because as we always say, this isn't a two-man band. I mean, the fans and people who watch us, we all one big family. So if you're an artist, like Paul said, maybe you want to create a piece of art. So every time you watch us on YouTube or every time you see us on TikTok or you see a post on Instagram or anything that goes viral, you can see and feel a part of this show because your artwork's in the background, or maybe you donate one of a sports memorabilia to the show and it's in the background with us. And so we thought it was a cool idea to give you guys a shout out.
Yeah.
Reach out to us and then you guys can send us the stuff for free. That's what the bottom line is. We want the free shit.
It's going to be cool, though. We got this big set coming, so if we're doing a lot of work, we'd appreciate you guys helping out any way that you can. And, even if you can't, just keep listening to the show. If you're on YouTube, give a big thumbs up because that helps us out. Subscribe and tell your friends. Let's get started, baby.
Well, that's how great of bullshitters me and Paul are.
We just
we just want your shit. You want to put your art to work. Well, you also said you would shout them out.
Yeah, I said, yeah, if you give us a free, if you artwork, or even if we make a deal and we do it 50% off or something, we'll plug you on the show. We'll be like, hey, if you have an art page or you have an art Instagram or you sell different pieces that you make online, we'll plug you. We'll do a shout out for you, and we'll make sure that everyone's listening to the show. We'll go check you out.
Or paint a selfie of me.
Yeah,
and I can hang that in the
background.
background.
A naked selfie. Maybe with the flag or a Bud Light.
Why are we always getting naked? Why do you want to see me naked? Is that what you're implying right there?
If you had a 30-pack of Bud Light right by your crotch and you had a naked statue.
I don't
painting.
think people want to see that.
I feel like it would be it would be good though. That's a good.
Also, we have to tell the fans that we are planning a merchandise drop.
Yeah,
we're going to get some merch, some t-shirts, some stickers, maybe a beer funnel.
Yeah.
So we got some big things planned. We wouldn't be doing you justice if we didn't tell you that this stuff was in the works. I mean, we're working behind the scenes. Paul's a big, busy guy with this stuff.
Yeah.
So we're working till late August, hopefully get a website up. We'll have a website. You don't have to DM us. You go to the website, pay there, get the shirt. Hopefully in August, if not early September. So we're really excited for this big t-shirt sale.
Sounds good.
And then over the weekend, Paul and I went to see Space Jam.
Yeah, Space Jam 2, A New Legacy, starring LeBron James and Bugs Bunny. He was in it too.
And Bugs.
Yeah.
Though he did die.
Spoiler alert. If you're, come on, Ryan. Spoiler alert. We're going to do a quick review. We love going to the movies. And we used to do these reviews back in the early days.
We probably should have said that first.
It's definitely...
We're going to do a review before I tell them Bugs died.
An homage or homage to the old shows. To the old
Amish people.
The old shows of our reviews. So this is our little quick Space Jam review. And as Ryan said, spoiler alert, Bugs Bunny dies.
I almost got emotional.
But...
I asked my girlfriend when we got out of the movie theater, I was like, did you cry? She's like, why would I cry? I was like, because Bugs Bunny died. But he didn't actually die.
He didn't actually die. I knew they did a whole thing at the end where it was basically like, oh, there's a glitch and someone has to sacrifice themselves. And I'm sitting there watching. I'm like, it's going to be Bugs. I'm like, it's going to be Bugs. But then they started to like make him disappear and then he was sick. I'm like, dude, you better not kill off Bugs Bunny.
I
like,
was so upset.
It would make no sense to do it. I mean... They were trying to pull on the heartstrings, right? They were trying to give a little emotion, a little stakes at the end, and I'm like, whatever. And then all of a sudden, at the very end, he comes back, and he's in the real world. How does that happen? How are you alive? How are you in the real world? And then the credits, you see, like, everyone, all of the Looney Tunes, like, in the real world. So maybe it's leading up to, like, another sequel with LeBron. I don't think it did that well, so, like, financially, so I don't think it will have another sequel, but
I got really upset because I thought it was kind of like a sign where it's like the voice of Bugs Bunny. That was like his last like performance. That's where it got sad for me because it felt like it was an old Bugs Bunny voice. But then I Googled it. It turns out there's been like 6 Bugs Bunny voice actors.
That's the idea. Like all the Disney characters, like Mickey Mouse and stuff. There's been so many of them. You have to get hired by Disney to be the voice of Mickey Mouse. And I know the guy who's been him has been for a while, but it's just like same idea. Like they're iconic cartoon characters that voices can be trained and mimicked to like put in the future.
So people keep asking me, like, did you enjoy the movie? How did you like Space Jam? And honestly, personally, I know it didn't do well in the box office, but I think it's as good as you could have made Space Jam 2.
Okay.
Like, it's as good as you can make that movie without being better than the first one. I mean, these people who are complaining about it or trolling, they're saying it's corny.
Yeah.
Like, it's obviously going to be corny. It's a kid's show. It's not for adults. That's why there's corny jokes. But the one thing I'll say about the movie that I really liked is that the references were amazing. Like, I went with my girlfriend. There was references where, like, Dwayne Wade threw an alley-oop, and he does this. Or Lola Bunny throws an alley-oop to LeBron, and she does the Dwayne Wade. And then the bad guy's doing the Vince Carter. It's over. So there's a lot of references. Like, even the announcer does, like, the Kevin Garnett. Anything is possible. Like, there's a lot of great references. They almost hit every single LeBron reference in the book. So I really did enjoy the movie. I don't know why it didn't do well in the box office.
Okay, so that's cool. So from like a basketball perspective, you saw different references than I didn't see. I do know the very famous LeBron and D Wade like photo. So I mean, and that was in the trailer. It was the first trailer. So like I already knew that was going to happen. But like the other stuff I didn't really know. I personally, from the other like references from Warner Brothers,
I know what you're gonna
when
say.
they're all around the court was
Awesome.
Super distracting.
You didn't like that?
I
you got
like-
Jim Carrey the mask behind there?
Yeah, but how
And who's the It clown? The clown from It?
Yeah, Pennywise.
That was hilarious. I love that.
It's cool, but it was super distracting from like a point of view where I liked the idea of the serververse. I mean, a lot of different studios have done it. Ready Player One, it was kind of the same thing, and that was from Universal, and they took all these properties. And then like Disney did Wreck-It Ralph 2. I forget what Wreck-It Ralph 2. Oh, Ralph Breaks the Internet. And they go into the internet, and there's a lot of Disney references, and they can pull from a lot of different strings. So it's kind of like the equivalent to those films for Warner Brothers. And I love to see, it was like the Iron Giant and King Kong and you had like Scooby-Doo and the rest of the Hanna-Barbera. You had like Fred Flintstone, and you had the Animaniacs in the corner. You had Pennywise. You had The Mask. You had a bunch of like old school Batman people too. You had like Mr. Freeze and.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Was that actually Jim Carrey in the movie?
No.
So it's just someone. So what do they like? How do they make that?
That's just like makeup, dude.
Oh, so it's just someone who looks like him? And
Yeah,
just put him there?
we're not going really close in like a
Like,
close shot.
I would assume it was not Jim Carrey.
Yeah, they wouldn't pay him. They wouldn't do it for that. But that's the thing. Like,
So you didn't like it?
I liked the different worlds and stuff, but I didn't like how it was on the court the whole time, where they're like purposely trying to show you these people, and it's like it was just super distracting, especially as a film person, where my eyes are going everywhere, and I'm trying to. And they're purposely putting all of these very like big nods. It kind of just felt like an advertisement for Warner Brothers, and I didn't like that. And then the worlds, when LeBron was going to them and collecting the Looney Tunes, I thought that was a great idea.
I went to the bathroom during that.
What?
Like, remember we talked about on the previous show, like, when do we pick a good time to go get popcorn? And I picked a bad time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, like, that's a really cool thing to do, where if you're going in... like to these different worlds, but I don't think they did enough with them. I think they were too quick. They didn't really make too much sense. LeBron, definitely better actor than Jordan by far.
What about my favorite part is when, because I was like, there is a lot of basketball, and the basketball part of the movie can get a little bit boring.
Yes.
But I was like, all right, they got to go to the locker room. I mean, the locker room, like, there's something good's going to happen in the locker room. And then they go to the locker room, and he's like, I forget who said it. Was it Daffy Duck? He's like, I found Michael Jordan. He comes in, and it's Michael B. Jordan, the actor. That part is hilarious. At the same time, I would thought it would be really great if Michael Jordan came back.
Yes.
Like, that would have been a real, like earth-shattering, like, move to have Michael Jordan come back and help them win. But I understand where I believe Michael Jordan wouldn't even want to do that.
No.
And I think LeBron wanted his own movie.
Correct.
So it was a funny bit. Did you see the clipboard of Daffy Duck after Michael B. Jordan left? It was like number 1, number 2. It was like number 1 got the wrong Michael Jordan, and he crossed it off. And he was like, fire someone. I was like, I forget what he said. It was something else, but it was funny.
No, I thought
that part was great.
The Michael B. Jordan joke, what I think hands down was the funniest joke in the film. Because I literally sat there, and when it saw Michael B. Jordan, I actually laughed out loud in the theater. And I was like, okay, that's a really, really good joke. I did like, a lot of aspects of the basketball game. I thought, the writing was kind of really sloppy. I just think it didn't really work. I would have liked LeBron to be more like LeBron and not more of an actor. Like take things from his actual life. Like
Well, I think he had the 2 kids. He has 2 boys in real life.
But I'm saying the idea of like him, like, oh, like you got to be a basketball. Like LeBron's not that type of guy. Like you could have found a different way.
So like, so you're saying how they portray him as a bad father?
Yeah, and I'm like, he's not like you can find.
I agree.
Other
The storyline,
flaws.
there could have been a better storyline.
No,
I agree.
You could have found a better like story and way to get them into the serververse. Like that's the whole point. But I liked it for what it was.
What do you give it? 1 out of 10.
Probably like a 6-8.
Wow, dude, I enjoyed it a lot.
I thought.
I give it 8. Okay, that's how I think it's a great kids movie. A couple things before we get into our next segment here is, all right. So I get to the movie theater. I mean, it's a 9 p.m. show. Yeah. Space Jam Friday night. Yeah. I'm expecting no kids. I walk in. It's McDonald's Playhouse. I mean, it's literally McDonald's Playhouse, and it was packed. And I was like, it's a 9 p.m. on a Friday night. Why are there so many kids here? This is an adult time. And then I sit there during the show, and you know how we talked about in sporting events where people come late to the game?
Yes.
And there was nobody next to me so the movie starts. Movie starts 15 minutes in, no one's next to me. In walks a couple, sitting directly next to me. You won't believe it. I've never seen this in my entire life, and it would only happen to me. They brought fucking Taco Bell.
That's awesome.
What do you mean it's awesome?
There you go.
Imagine sitting next to someone eating a taco during a movie.
Yeah.
He was literally like this.
Like super crunchy.
He was trying to be quiet, but I was like, dude, the whole theater smells like Taco Bell. You can't hide Taco Bell. Who brings Taco Bell to a movie theater?
I think that's a power move, though. I mean, you were saying you don't like stinky foods. I mean,
there
tacos aren't stinky, but that's something that's a distinct, different type of odor that in the theater that you would notice.
Everyone out of the whole theater, the guy is sitting next to me is eating Taco Bell. Then I got this little girl in the front row who's like Dora Explorer, speaking Spanish, yelling the whole movie. She's like literally talking, and her parents aren't even like shh. She's just like Dora Explorer, just going off in the front row. Like,
I had a kid
like that. What is going
that.
on right now?
Yeah, we had a kid like that in another film that I saw, and I was getting super annoyed. I was just like, dude, like, if your kid's sitting at the movies, like, you bring him, like, bring him and like make him sit down. Like, he can't walk around the theater and stuff.
I didn't even know what she was saying. That was pissing me off.
But something I'll plug real quick too. If you haven't already followed Screening Party or Life's a Screening Party over on YouTube, you can check out the link in our bio on Instagram or TikTok. And I did a full review. It's like an 8-9 minute review of my breakdown of Space Jam. You can check it out over there.
I'm gonna go back and watch that. I didn't want to watch it before I heard your thoughts. Before the episode, we shot the episode, but I'm gonna definitely go back. Paul figured out a way how he linked his channel to Screen Life's a Screening Party to our own Life's a Party channel. So if you just go to our channel, scroll down, and then you'll see Life's a Screening Party. Check it out. Paul did a Space Jam review.
Sounds good. Let's get into the show. First segment.
All right, one thing that people liked is that when we did a segment where people would DM us their crazy stories about partying.
Yeah.
So we actually went on Reddit and we were like, yo, what's some crazy shit people have seen like at a party? So we have a couple, I think we have like 7 of these Reddit posts of what things people see at a party. We'll talk about them. We'll see if we've ever experienced anything similar.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. So the first one is from blues_x. I don't even know why I just shouted that person out. He says, probably the girl with the 4-year-old son who still breastfed him. She said she could squirt milk across the room, then proceeded to show us. I will forever know her as Lactating Tracy.
Yeah, Lactating Tracy, you got over there.
This brings me to the thought of the TikTok trend, where it's like, ooh, you want some milky juggies?
Oh, yeah.
And then they squirt milk out of their boobies.
Well, here's the thing.
Why is that a trend on TikTok? First of all, kids these days are lucky. They don't have to search for magazines and porn any day. You literally go on TikTok, and there's this girl that goes famous for pouring like water, wet t-shirt contest. Dude, they poured a Hawaiian punch on herself today, and they clearly see her boobies. I mean, if you're a kid, you got endless content of nude people.
Yeah, the TikTok guidelines. You ever see that thing where you go in the comments and it's like the TikTok guidelines and it's like the blind guy?
No, I've never seen
that's like so.
That's funny though.
If like you see something that's clearly against TikTok guidelines or showing nudity or like kind of anything, and you go in the comments, someone's like TikTok right now, and it's the blind dude like not paying attention.
Dude, she's
to it.
pouring Hawaiian punch, and it's like a white t-shirt contest with Hawaiian punch, and there's some guy in the background like screaming at her. I'm like, how is this? There's 13-year-old, 12-year-olds on this platform. They just have this easy access to naked girls and guys. Well, yeah, guys too. They do the dances with no underwear on.
Whatever your preference is, yeah. Next one we got here.
Wait, you have nothing to say about Lactating Tracy?
No, that's just.
Have you ever seen a girl do that at a party?
Not squirt.
Wait, did she say she brought her kid with her? Does she?
She's clearly a party.
I just think of like old school, the party when Will Ferrell goes and all the kids are partying. She just got her kid.
Well, I was thinking of Grown Ups immediately.
Oh yeah.
Where like the kid is like 3 years or 2 years old or whatever, and they're trying to get him off. They're trying to get him off the breast milk. Right?
That's funny.
They're like trying to get him off, and they're like slowly like Kevin James is like tricking him, like switching different containers.
And Kevin James is so embarrassed in front of his friends because his son, who's like 6, is breastfeeding.
Yeah,
stuff.
and he's got his hot wife who's like boobs are out in front of all his friends, so he's like, I don't want this. You know,
that's funny.
Next one we got here. This says, I remember someone heard some cops at the front door and decided to jump out the window leading to the backyard to get away. Probably should have made sure the window was open first. From what was just to be a noise complaint turned into an ER bill and paying for a new window.
I mean, at that point, you got to check if the back door is unlocked first.
That's a classic, yeah. If you're running
First
out.
of all, it doesn't even have to be unlocked. Just go out the back door. Why do you jump out the window?
You don't know people's circumstances. There's a famous like John Mulaney joke where he's like he's got to jump over the fence.
No.
Or he jumps out the back window. He's like, cops showed up. He goes, I was in the laundromat or in the laundry room, and he's like, I'm in the laundry room, and I see a small window, and I climb out the small window. Then I'm running so fast, I jump over the fence, and then all of a sudden, I was home. And he's like, I blacked out. I blacked out once I jumped over the fence, and I was home.
That's one thing I always do is I always try to figure out an exit plan, but the problem is not at parties. Have you ever been caught by the cops at a party?
Yes, I was thinking about this the other day because I drove past the girl's house, and I remember this was one of the biggest, like, cop bustings that we had in high school.
Was I there? I don't know.
Yeah, you were there.
I was there.
You might have left before.
Did I get arrested?
No, you did not. You did not. There was 2 parties going on simultaneously.
Yeah, I left literally seconds before the cops came, but you were there.
I was there. So there was like 2 parties going on at the same time, and this one party was getting super packed. It was on a big main road, so I was like, "This is scary to begin with."
It was like daylight still.
Yeah, we're all underage, kind of thing, and we're drinking. And I remember just like being in the room, my bag. So high school. We talked about this before on the show.
Yeah, cocaine.
No, not that type of bag. Not that type of bag. They have like a book bag, right? And you carry around your book bag. You got all the clanking beers. It's like clank, 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 whatever. I put my bag towards the front door, and I'm in the back room or whatever, and there's a cop All of a sudden, I turn, music stops. There's a cop at the front, or like the side door, so like the back entrance, and he's sitting there with his arms crossed, and he's just looking, and we see the cop, and everyone shuts off, right? And then we have a friend who goes out of the bathroom, which is right next, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right next to where the cop is. She busts open the door. She's like, I broke the seal! And the whole place is quiet. She's screaming like a foot from the cop, like almost screaming in front of his face. Super funny. Then he takes the main girl whose house it was, kind of brings her like to the door, like it's like, I need to see you outside. Goes outside for a hot second. Everyone goes out the front door.
Was that how'd you get your book bag?
Because my book bag was right next to the front door. I was like, this is perfect, bro. We all like start sneaking out. Someone opens the front door. You see like sardines like in SpongeBob, like pile through that front door. I grab my bag. We run like a mile down the street until we finally call someone. We're like, yo, bro, can you take us to the party? And he goes, yeah. Goes to the other party. There's 6 of us, all drunk in his car. Driver was sober. Then we pull up to the light. The cop comes next to us on the light.
Oh,
and we're sitting there. There's there's already 6 of us. We're literally still right by that girl's house, all drunk. But that was
do
like
anything?
nah, just chill.
That's one thing you like how you said like everyone was like sardine SpongeBob. I feel like everyone once the cops come, you can't freeze.
No.
Like when they're like freeze, you don't freeze.
No.
Everyone just has to run because if one guy runs, then he's fucked.
Yeah, then he's the guy. He's like the asshole.
Yeah.
And then the cop's going to run after him and then everyone's fine, like whatever.
It's got to be a group effort.
Yes.
Like everyone has to run at once because if everybody runs at once, the cops aren't going to run after you. They're just going to sit there and take it.
Yeah.
But if 2 people jet off and the rest are like little bitches, then the 2 guys are going to end up getting arrested.
Yeah, can't catch us all. You know what I mean? You just got to go for it.
The only time I got called by the cops was at abandoned. I don't know why I went. I was a freshman in high school. It was like one of my first parties, and it was an abandoned house.
Why were you
It was like this girl that went to our high school moved,
okay, that makes
and
sense.
the house was abandoned, but she left the back door like with a block open still, so there was like no furniture or anything, but she had the party still.
I mean, if you have an open house.
Yeah, but it wasn't her house anymore. It was already sold. Like it wasn't.
Okay, that's a little rough then.
Yes, but that was the.
Let us know. Yeah, let us know if you have any crazy drinking or like partying stories as we're going down these lists, because it makes you think. You know, it's like, oh, have I had anything similar?
All right, yeah, true. All right, next one is friend had a party in high school and walked in on a guy pulling his pants up quickly after clearly attempting to shit in a cat's litter box.
First of all, why? Like, where's the toilet? Like,
maybe it's being used.
Maybe so. The cat's litter box is like in the laundry room, and then the bathroom's like someone's puking in the bathroom, right?
Dude, my buddy told me, or our buddy Dean told me a story this weekend because I was out partying this weekend, and he's like, it was my 21st birthday. We were out at the bar, and he had people over at his house after, and he told everyone this story that I was in the bathroom. In his bathroom, no one was in there. I was the only one in there, but I was peeing into his tub, and no one was using the toilet. And he said that he came into the bathroom, and the curtain was closed, and I was in the tub peeing, and then he started to go to the bathroom and the toilet, thinking no one was in there, heard a noise behind the curtain, pulled the curtain, and he saw me taking a piss in the tub. He's like, why would you pee in the tub when the toilet's right there? I guess because that does happen a lot where like a guy's peeing in the toilet, then the other guy just go in the tub.
So,
but I went in the tub without someone. I was just not there because mentally.
No, there's a story. I mean, a bunch of times, like when I was in the fraternity house during a party, right? Like a lot of guys got to pee at once, and you either go in the backyard or like you go to the bathroom or whatever. Well, like in a normal bathroom, there's kind of 3 spots that a guy can pee. He can pee in the toilet, he can pee in the sink, he can pee in the bathtub, as Ryan explained.
Yeah. Bathtub's better because you have more aim. You don't have to aim as well.
So there's 3 spots. So I've been at the fraternity house where it's like everyone's got to pee. We all just go in the door, shut the door. There's 3 guys peeing at the same time in the bathroom. And everyone's just got a different location. We all pee and we get the hell out of there.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do.
But the fact that you got to poop
in the litter box.
In the litter box, this is,
And why you can't once you're caught. I know what you're thinking.
I'm not saying it.
It never happened.
But like if you gotta poop, like your poop's clearly different than a cat's poop. You know what I mean? So whether you get found or not, someone's gonna come to school on Monday and be like, "Who the fuck shit in my litter box?"
Next one.
Who shit in my litter box? Like someone's gonna know.
That was your cat.
There's your cat. That's your cat.
Dude, my brother. Oh my gosh.
Your brother what?
We're gonna leave these stories for another time.
What'd your brother do?
My brother was like 11 years old. And he was swimming at my house, like 11, so he's not drunk, and he just took a shit next to the pool.
Hopefully he's not drunk.
He took a shit next to the pool. My dad thought it was like deer shit. It was like the biggest shit ever. Like he's like, I couldn't make it to the bathroom. I was like, you're at home. What do you mean you couldn't make it to the bathroom? There's a giant shit next to the pool. You couldn't make it inside the house. We don't have a mansion. You could just get out. You got like.
Here's the thing. If you've ever been in a situation, which you probably have, of like you have to poop really badly, right? But you just can't, like you're just like, I don't know, there's nothing around here. Honestly, and you feel like, oh, like this would only happen to me. I promise you, everyone has been in the same situation. Like there's been a spot where if you're on a long car ride or you're in a party, right, dude? Like I that's terrible. Like your stomach just says, hey bro, you gotta poop. But you got like 100 people there at a party. There's 2 bathrooms. You're gonna take up one of them. Or there's only one bathroom and it's like that's not a quick poop and you're screwed. You know what I mean?
I asked our buddy who runs cross country because he has a lot of poop problems. And I was like, what do you do when you take a shit and you're 7 miles out because you're running? He's like, I pulled over and like shit in like a bush. I'm not saying his name.
That's what I'm telling you. That's the thing, man. Though, like, there's people got to poop, and they're gonna make it happen.
All right, enough poop talk. The Olympics, Euros, baseball, major championships, and concerts are all in this summer. You know what isn't? A wild and hairy bush.
Whew.
Tame your pubes with help from our friends at Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Their 4th-generation performance package includes the brand-new Lawnmower 4.0. If an athlete treats their body like royalty, why not treat your pubes like Olympic gold? Fellas, do it right by your balls and join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com with the code Life's a Party.
Got to make sure you're looking good down there. You know what I mean? Be like an Olympic athlete. I agree. Get 20% off with free shipping and the code Life's a Party at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping with the code Life's a Party at manscaped.com. Achieve pubic glory this year with Manscaped.
Can't be an Olympic athlete? Shave your balls. And then you could feel like an Olympic athlete.
Okay, good.
Michael Phelps, before he hits the water, shaves all his pubes, gets that nice little glisten in the water. That's what creates the speed. That's what creates the GOAT. And you can be the GOAT by shaving your balls.
You at your aunt's house, same idea, right? In the pool, just shave your balls.
Just put on some pop-up music, get the shaver going, get it blasting like your pregame warm-up, and shave your balls.
There you go.
I'm gonna drink every time we say shave your balls.
Shave your balls.
Shave your balls.
Next one we have here is the host started drunkenly doing calculus homework. So you're just what? He's just at the party, and he was like, I'm just doing homework right now.
I had a roommate at Rowan University, shout out Glassboro, New Jersey, who would do like math, not his math homework, but he would do like math calculations on a project when he was shit-faced. It was almost like he did better at math when he was shit-faced.
We've talked about it all the time. You might have your brain might work better. I mean, I told you in episodes past, it's like if I had to write an essay, I had to write a 10-page essay, I would get like a certain point, and then I would just start getting hammered, start taking shots, and be like, hey, we got to get this thing going.
It was like so weird, though. It's like we would sit there and take fireball shots pregame, and dude brings out a calculator.
Yeah, math.
And he's got a pencil. I'm like, what is that? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, math I feel like is a little different, you know? I was like, I don't know how I could barely do math now. Like,
right.
I'm sober.
Yeah, that's something. But a lot of people do like to do work. Like we talk about being creative.
Yeah, when you're drunk.
I'm curious to see how like people who are actually good at math, because we can't speak on that because we suck at math. But I'm curious to see how people who are good at math, if they get better while drunk. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, like what is your brain? Well, see, here's the thing though. I know a friend of ours, really good at math, right? Loves to get drunk, but definitely can't be doing math when he's drunk. Like the two things that he does a lot, he's not good at when they're combined.
Yeah, because we were at the dinner with him, and I was like figuring out the tip. I never know what to do for the tip. And then I never trust whoever tells me. It's just a lot of issues. And he's like trying to tell me. He's like telling me the wrong answers. He's like, he'll always like, I'm drunk. I can't do math. So I don't think you could be good at. Maybe this guy was just feels like he was doing something good.
Yeah.
But he wasn't. All right, next one. In high school, friends made. Oh, this is a good one. I gotta restart this one. This is a good. This is a good one.
This is a good one.
So in high school, friends made 3 batches of brownies. One was regular, one was weed, and one was laxatives. They didn't mark which one was which. And obviously, it then became a disaster. This is like Russian roulette of the brownies.
Dude, Russian. You know what we should do?
No, I'm not playing Russian roulette with a gun. I'm not playing that.
I've always wanted to do the Russian roulette with like the eggs. Like you
you spin it and the person runs.
No,
and
you like boil eggs or whatever, or like hard boiled eggs, and you put them in a container, and then you grab them and you like one might be hard so it won't splatter, but then some will splatter.
I kind of like this one better.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean this is.
I would. Which one would you not want?
The laxative one?
I was gonna say I don't want the laxative.
Dude, I don't want to be taking a brownie and in 20 minutes I'm shitting my pants.
You know what? I would want the laxative.
Have you seen one of the best pranks that I've ever seen, which isn't even on a person, is the prank when people, they feed...
Oh, the seagulls laxatives?
Yeah, they feed seagulls or birds laxatives.
Oh, my God.
And immediately in the near area, you're just seeing these cars drenched in bird shit.
As if they don't shit enough.
Yep.
Why are we giving these birds laxatives? Have you ever taken a laxative?
Me?
Not to get personal here.
No,
I've never taken one.
Not like a food laxative, no.
What about a weed brownie? I've never even done a weed. I've never had an edible. That's one thing. Maybe we'll do that on the show. Sorry, Mom. Maybe when we get the new podcast, we'll do Ryan's first edible.
Well, yeah, legal in the state of New Jersey, right?
Is it legal?
We're good. I think so. I know.
Well, we need some kind of card.
Yeah, I have.
You have a COVID vaccine card.
Yeah,
so that works. You can buy weed with
I have
that.
some stories of some edibles and stuff. I don't really want to talk about it.
I want to try the nerd rope.
The nerd. Okay, I know people who have done nerd rope. Candy's always good. I feel like candy's simple. Gummy bears are really good. Like if you have like a gummy bear, even like alcohol. Have you ever done the
Everclear cherries? Them things get me smacked up.
You like soak gummy bears or you soak gummies in general in like vodka or Everclear for like a day. And then they fill up and they get real big and basically eat them and you get drunk.
Yeah, dude, I've had Everclear cherries.
Yeah.
You put them in your mouth goes numb.
That's
like,
crazy.
I'm telling, like, literally numb. They're horrible. I mean, but they get the job done. We got to get those for a show.
But they get the job
if
done.
You make edibles or Everclear cherries,
let us know, man.
Let us know, and then we'll give you DM us. We'll get a. Oh, I don't know if we should be doing that. Drug deals over the internet.
No, but I think that'd be cool though if you know us somehow that we can get them.
Like a recipe.
We can have them. Yeah, recipe. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Cooking with Lights of Artie.
Send us a recipe,
bacon,
or maybe put a poll out on Instagram and be like, "Hey, what would you rather us make?" And then we'll do something and we'll test it on the show.
Lights of Artie Bake Off, edibles and Everclear cherries.
Next one, show. Actually, no, show. Block. I'm not.
We actually took Everclear cherries before the show today.
I'm not drinking. But we are second block here. Yeah, Ryan.
Wait, that was it?
Yeah,
that was it.
That's our first block. Okay. 50th show, halfway done, more than halfway.
50th anniversary.
Yeah.
We're about to be 60 years old now.
Next block we have here is we're going to do a little thing about celebrities and before they were famous. Where were these people before they were famous? We always talk on like how celebrities, have to struggle and they finally get to their point and, they got to be all in and what extremes do people go to? And it's kind of cool to see where these celebrities are before they were famous.
Everyone starts somewhere.
Yes.
And it's cool to see the journey. Like everyone, like if you're out there listening Likes to Party, and you work at McDonald's, you can make it one day.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to go through people who worked at Burger King, and now they're famous. So it's just like everyone kind of goes, not everyone goes on that path, but there is a point in time where you can be at the right place at the right time, and then boom, next thing you know, you're famous, you're rich, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, you got to pursue and just keep going. I saw ESPN tweeted out the other day where it was one of these Olympians, and she posted a photo where it was her first job was at McDonald's. And now she's a U.S. Olympian, and then like that's how it works.
That's like extra extreme.
Yeah, that's
like an Olympian never eats McDonald's. Dude, when I see Olympians, they'll be like, I haven't had dessert in like 6 years. I'm like, you haven't had a cupcake in 6 years?
Have you seen the bit?
How are you surviving?
Have you seen the bit on Jimmy Fallon where The Rock he didn't have candy for 8 years, and Jimmy Fallon had him like try candy and do like a big gummy on the show?
I've heard of that, but I didn't see it. He drinks tequila though.
Well,
I would give up candy for tequila.
Yeah, The Rock has his own tequila, doesn't he?
Does he?
Yeah, dude. No,
we got to get down the show.
Okay, well,
Paul's got to stop taking medication. We start trying these things.
We're gonna be drinking. I'm gonna be drinking too. Ryan, if you're watching on YouTube, clearly he hasn't stopped. But The Rock has a certain type of tequila. And there was a TikTok trend, I think, it was like take a shot. So take a shot of tequila and
don't make a face
without making a face. And he like stitched it, took like a huge sip of his own tequila, and he's like taking it and he's looking at you in the camera, and then he just sits down and like stares at you, and it's like, dude, the man is a machine.
He's massive,
crazy.
All right,
the first one we got here is Margot Robbie. She was actually a Subway employee. So before Margot Robbie took her talents to Hollywood, she was making sandwiches at Subway. She said, like, I actually don't go that often anymore because I watch them make it and make it badly, and I'm upset.
So she gets like OCD because she feels like they're not doing their job right making sandwiches.
Have you ever done that thing where it's like, or it's that saying that says, don't shit where you eat, right?
There's a lot of shit talking on.
Or don't eat where you poop, or
don't eat where you are you implying that like if you work somewhere you won't eat there?
You're correct. Yes.
I never heard that.
So that's an idea of like if you work at McDonald's, you won't eat at McDonald's because you'll see the behind the scenes of McDonald's and realize how dirty or filthy it is. So it's like I'll never go there because I know the actual truth of it.
I actually never had Subway before. Do people like Subway? Like is that something that people enjoy? Like, would you think it's a top 10 fast food chain?
No.
Was it a top 10 food chain before Chipotle and Panera came into play?
I think so, yes.
So you think those two, like, not... Or what's the other one? Not Chipotle and Panera.
Chipotle.
Cheers. There we go. 50th anniversary.
Chipotle, Panera. I feel like they were the two big, like, new ones. Because they're what's called...
well, Jared got canceled, didn't he?
Yeah, well, Jared for Subway. And then there was Subway stuff going on recently. We're talking about, like, the meats were fake and that the bread's really bad. And there was, like, all these things. So Subway's rebranding kind of right now.
Safe to say Subway will not be a sponsor of Life's a Party podcast.
No, safe to say.
All right, the next one is Tiffany Haddish, the comedian. She worked at the Alaska Airlines as a ground staff. So I guess that's the person that gets the sticks going, the lightsabers.
Yeah.
So before Tiffany Haddish turned into a breakthrough actress and comedian, she was on the ground staff, like I said, at Alaska Airlines. She actually told Stephen Colbert that I worked at the gates and my goal was always to bring happiness and joy to people's lives. So that just goes to show, like, no matter what job you have, you can take attributes and you could take like scenarios from that job and kind of work on your craft almost. Because she's a comedian. She always wanted to leave like an everlasting impression on people who went to this airlines.
Yeah.
So like at the same time, she was working at this airlines, but maybe she was working on her bits. Because I know sometimes when I'm working on comedy, I'll bring up like a bit that I have in a normal conversation you wouldn't even know. I'll see if it works. So maybe she was like always working on her craft. Because you think about this, especially comedians, is that once they go out, because I'm seeing Sebastian Maniscalco, a comedian. He's in Atlantic City, end of the month. He tells a story how he had $13,000 and he moved to LA, but then comedians also have to have like a side job.
Yeah,
so he worked at like a restaurant. So then this was like Tiffany Haddish's side job. So it's like sort of like it's almost like what we're doing, Paul. We have like side jobs.
Got side
and then
jobs.
Life's a Party's we can only do a side job for so long till Life's a Party's the main meal.
You got to work on your craft to get there and then build it up and then you're great.
I'm actually not a big Tiffany Haddish guy.
No.
She got a loan, I think, from Kevin Hart. Like she was homeless, I'm pretty sure. And she was homeless and Kevin Hart like believed in her and gave her money. And she took like, I think it was like $200 or something. So Kevin Hart always jokes about her like, yo, you owe me $200. And then she took that money. It's just like, it's sort of like work with what you got.
Yeah. Well, dude, I thought of The Rock now again too.
Yeah, it's a great example.
Do you know The Rock with the $7?
Yeah.
So The Rock he talks about the story, kind of how he was at the bottom, right? He was at the bottom. He was basically homeless. He didn't really have, he had no job or whatever. And he had $7 to his name. And now if you look in his office, he has $7 framed up. And that was his $7 that he had to his name. And you could see how far he has came from that journey. And like that journey from struggling to being, a couple years ago, the highest paid actor in Hollywood. Like he has come a super long way. And it reminds him that, you got to start from the bottom and that anything is possible.
Started from the bottom now, yeah.
Next
like
one
what Drake says.
Yeah.
So if you're flipping burgers, you keep flipping that burger and you keep having those dreams and goals. You can get there.
Next one we got here is Ashton Kutcher.
This one.
He was a serial sweeper.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck is a serial sweeper?
So Ashton Kutcher grew up in Iowa, and he had many odd jobs before his successful move out to Hollywood.
Clearly did.
He worked on his family farm, living his best cowboy life, helping out with the animals. After that, he worked at General Mills, sweeping up cereal.
I've never been at a General Mills, but what the hell is a cereal sweeper?
I guess,
how does that happen? They're in boxes, aren't they?
Yeah, but if you're filling up, maybe the machines are missing a little bit, maybe they're filling up, and you just got to keep the place clean. You always need like a janitor or guy sweeping up, making sure the factory's looking good. And that's the very bottom.
That started from the bottom. So that's like college dining rooms. They have the cereal. And that shit's always spilling everywhere.
Dude, cereal's super messy.
So cereal sweepers are a big pivotal people in this world that we need them.
And the General Mills.
They're like the during COVID, they're essential workers with the cereal sweepers. So Ashton Kutcher, he kind of like went MIA, but he went MIA in a good way.
He was
think?
with his family.
No, not like for this. I'm talking about like in his actual like stardom.
What do you mean?
Like he blew up on his shows, but then in his movies. But then like, has he done recent projects?
Not recently. I mean, Ashton Kutcher's a super smart individual. Like he went to Harvard. He does Acorns. You know Acorns?
Oh yeah,
that's like his
I see
app.
him pop up sometimes.
Yeah, Acorns is like an investing app where you go in and like you connect it to your debit card or credit card or whatever, and basically if you spend like $7.50 on a sandwich, that Acorns will take the extra 50 cents, they'll round it up to $8, and they'll invest it for you. And you like tell them what to invest in. You'd be like, hey, I'm interested in electronics and like this, that, and the other, right? So like I know he's a founder of that app. He's a huge entrepreneur.
Yeah, he's big in like women power and like donations and charities.
He did a big thing about what was it? Human trafficking. So
yeah, that's what it was.
That was like a huge thing that he was, trying to bring to light and trying to help and get the whole big issue of what is human trafficking right now, and like women in particular right now in the United States, where a lot of people don't think it is, or like don't even know about it.
Yeah, good for him. But he was big on Punk'd. That was a big hit.
Yeah,
I saw something popped up on maybe Twitter or TikTok where he faked on Punk'd episode Drake started from the bottom. Now we're here. There we go.
Started from the bottom,
full circle. But he faked that there was like an earthquake going on. I don't know if you ever seen this. No. And they're in like a parking garage. It's some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. And this guy's flipping out. He gets out with his wife, and his wife's pregnant. And Drake's like, oh my God, she's pregnant. And they can't move because Drake's car's blocked in. And he wasn't the driver at the time. And the driver was inside. And there's like a fake earthquake going on with Ashton Kutcher on this Punk'd episode. And this lady's flipping out that she's pregnant. And Drake's like going nuts, like, oh my God, we're going to die. And he feels so bad. It's actually a funny episode, but Punk'd. Good episode, Ashton Kutcher.
Next one we have here is Nicki Minaj.
Drake reference.
I mean, not wrong. Nicki Minaj, she was a waitress at Red Lobster.
Wow.
So she said, I like dealing with people, but I don't really like a lot of bullshit. I'm with you there, Nicki.
I could see her saying that.
So maybe customer service wasn't the best job for me. She was fired from Red Lobster after she followed a couple who stolen her pen into the parking lot and flipped them off.
She was not having it. Don't
not.
Take her lucky pen.
Yeah, don't.
Did you? I feel like, have you ever seen where Jimmy Fallon took Nicki Minaj to Red Lobster?
No, I have not.
It's a whole bit where Jimmy Fallon knew that Nicki Minaj worked at Red Lobster and got fired at Red Lobster. So he literally took her back into New York City to a Red Lobster, and they had food. And he's like, what did you used to order? What happened? How'd you get fired? And she told the story about how someone stole her pen, and she went out, got pissed off. As you could imagine, someone took her lucky pen, and then she got fired.
That's pretty dope.
He does that often. He took Post Malone to the Olive Garden. I don't think Post Malone worked at Olive Garden.
No, he never. He's never been, or Jimmy's never been to Olive Garden.
Jimmy Fallon never been to Olive Garden?
And Post Malone loved Olive Garden. So it was more like it was reversal where he was taking Jimmy really to Olive Garden.
That's funny though. Nicki Minaj, she probably didn't fit well in between the aisles of the other tables because she's got the anaconda don't.
That's a big transition. You go from Red Lobster waitress to stripper to vocal.
Wait,
performer.
She was a stripper?
Nicki Minaj? Yeah.
Cardi B was a stripper.
Oh, what am I thinking? Oh, maybe I was thinking of Cardi B. I feel like Nicki. I feel like Nicki Minaj was a stripper. She might have. Yeah, Cardi B.
All women rappers were strippers at some point.
That's just the vibe.
Channing Tatum was a stripper before.
Was he really?
Yeah, that's like the whole thing from Magic Mike. I think is based on a true story.
Yes, I remember hearing that.
I don't think it's based on a true story, but I know he was a stripper.
That is Channing Tatum's life, man. It's like it's an autobiography, like an auto pick right there.
Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Good.
Have you?
No.
He's like, yeah, I watch it every night. Don't watch it. It's my movie.
I've never seen it, nor am I going to see it. Nor am I allowed my girlfriend to watch it.
That's what they all say. She's seen it. Don't act like she hasn't. Yeah, don't act like she hasn't seen it. She's seen it. She don't tell you.
She could have it at home. You know, I could be your Channing.
you ain't
Magic Ryan. That's what I am.
Ryan, not the magician.
You were saying, I get naked, have the Bud Light case in front of my junk.
That's the
my anaconda don't.
You know the trend on TikTok that was a couple weeks ago. Where the beer posters.
Yeah.
What if we made beer posters?
Okay, this is where you're off the chain.
We were like naked, and we would just use 30 packs to basically we'd be outside, maybe mowing the lawn.
Okay,
or we'd be like doing the grill.
This is where that idea ends. Like that idea happened, and now it's done.
I'll make it a reality. Don't worry about it.
All right, we're done talking about that. Next one is Amy Poehler. I do like Amy Poehler.
Yeah, I like her. Her and Tina Fey, I think, are a great comedic duo.
They are a good duo. So she was an ice cream scooper. I don't even know if that's what they call them. I guess she just said, I was an ice cream scooper. So she went on to explain that the job was hard and physical. The job consisted of stacking and wiping and scooping and lifting, she wrote. Every time a customer was celebrating a birthday, an employee had to bang on a drum, and that hung up from the ceiling, and they play the kazoo and encourage the entire restaurant to join in, sing, and dance. So immediately, bang, light bulb goes to Applebee's.
Applebee's? I'm thinking of Cold Stone.
What's happy birthday from Applebee's to you?
So, yeah, that's exactly what it was. I think Cold Stone was like, I know every time I think you tip a Cold Stone, they had to sing. I don't remember. I haven't been to Cold Stone.
What? Cold Stone's one of the best ice cream places out there.
Yeah, I know. I think, didn't they have to sing?
No, they don't sing.
No?
But it's, dude, Cold Stone does look like a grueling job.
Dude,
I mean, they're like,
scoop ice cream?
Yeah, it looks rough.
Have you ever scooped ice cream at your house? I break the carton.
I eat out of the carton.
Yeah, you got because of
no scooping from me.
The carton is too flimsy for me because the ice cream's too cold. I have too much power in this thing to try to grab ice cream out of it, and it's just like the container's crumbling as I'm just trying to get a few scoops.
Do you know what the most overpriced snack is in the nation?
What?
Well, there's two. There's two overpriced meals that involve ice cream that is the most overpriced snacks of all time. First one, which I think you have strong feelings on, Dippin' Dots. The most overpriced snack of all time. The second one is that the rolling ice cream. Like they roll the ice cream.
Yes,
I don't know what places it's called, but that is ice cream is expensive.
Have you had the rolled ice cream? It's good.
I do. It's good. It's not worth the $16.50 for two.
Yeah, I've only had it once. I had it in like a mall, and I liked it.
Dippin' Dots are expensive as fuck.
Dippin' Dots though are so good. Like I had them at an arena. I was at the Devils game months ago. And I remember just getting it, like sitting watching the game, and I was like, dude, like I freaking love Dippin' Dots.
My mom was so cheap, she wouldn't even let us get Dippin' Dots.
No, because
I'd be like, Mom, we're on the boardwalk. I'm like, can we get Dippin' Dots machine? She's like, no, we're not getting that. You're getting Dairy Queen one scoop.
When you were younger?
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to say, I was like, if you're not buying Dippin' Dots for yourself right now, you're like, Mom.
24 years old. You're like, Mom, can we get Dippin' Dots, please? Can we get it?
She was like, nah.
All right, next one.
Next one we have here is Brad Pitt. This one is someone's close to my heart. As a performer in a suit, this one's close. He said he was a chicken costume wearer. So,
nice.
Brad Pitt's first job in Hollywood was at El Pollo Loco chicken restaurant, where he had to stand outside in a chicken costume and wave at passing would-be customers.
This is sort of like what the Tiffany Haddish is. She worked on her bits, and Brad Pitt worked on his acting, his enthusiasm.
He had to work as a performer. I don't know how much you're doing as a chicken guy on the side of the road. I mean, dude, I see by me there's a mattress firm, and there's like Saturdays and Sundays there's a guy in a mattress costume, and he sits by the.
Dude, I'm the guy that honks every time.
I love that.
I
mattress
always
guy.
honk. I always wave. Whenever someone's out twirling a sign or in a costume, you gotta give them. I always give honk honk. Yo, man, you gotta show him some love.
Yeah, he gives you a big thumbs up. You make his day because he's out there for a while, and he doesn't move much. He's just got to wave.
I hate the sign flippers. Like those guys, they go a little too hard. But they got the sign between the legs and they're flipping it up in the air. It's like, relax, buddy. Just stand there, hold the sign. You're doing a little too much.
But here's the thing with the signs, their idea is that they're supposed to be spinning the sign. It's like, dude, if you're spinning it too hard, though, I can't read it.
Well,
I can't read it.
I never thought of that.
It's like, yeah, look, I'm doing all these tricks. It's like, that's what your boss wants. But in reality, it's actually counterintuitive because I can no longer read what's on the sign.
Exactly. I also think of Night School with Kevin Hart. You ever see that movie?
Yeah, I have.
When he goes to, I don't know, is it Church's Chickens? Something
Yes,
like
it's
Church's Chicken.
churches, yeah.
I don't know if it's Church's, but he goes there and he's like, I need a job, blah, 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 because he's trying to impress his wife.
Yes.
And they put him in a chicken suit. So it's funny. It's funny stuff. And I've never been in a chicken suit, nor do I plan on being, unless I come in last place in my fantasy football league. But
Would that be a punishment? Are you guys looking at more punishments this upcoming?
no, because I always come in last. So I said we have to stop talking about punishments because I'll be doing every single one.
Yes.
All right, so we got 2 left. This one is actually very interesting. So Kanye West worked at Gap as a sales associate. So before he was designing his own Yeezy collection, and Kanye was big in fashion, obviously,
Yeah.
he was the sales associate at the Gap during his teen years. So like when he was in his teens. He said, it's funny that I worked at the Gap in high school because in my past 15 years, it seems like that's the place I stood in my creative path. To be the Gap, the bridge from like what makes his fashion now. So that's just like, you see like all these people who have jobs now, or these famous people, they take something from, like, that's what makes them famous. That's what makes them stand out from a normal person.
Yeah.
Is that they work at Gap, and as they're working in Gap, showing where the baby shoes are, they are thinking of creative ideas on how they can make their own fashion.
Yeah. Yeah, if that's your passion and you're involved in something. I mean, dude, one of my first part-time jobs I got was at Home Depot. Terrible job. I didn't like working at Home Depot. But here's the thing.
Paul quit because they didn't move him to the paint section.
No, so I worked at the paint section.
You're not going to move me in the paint section?
I worked at the
I'm
paint.
quitting.
I worked at the paint section for a little bit, and then I left for like a month.
Because they demoted you from the paint section.
No, I had to leave for a month because of finals
yeah.
in college and stuff. And then I came back, and they're like, "Yeah, you're no longer paint." I was like, "Well, I'm no longer working here, so I don't know what you want."
How dare you demote the paint guy?
But that was something where it's like I was interested in home improvement. I was like repainting my house and doing like home improvement jobs and like remodeling around my house. So it was like, hey, like what better place to work at? And I think that's a great example that if you're trying to be someone, you're trying to grow your business or do whatever, that if you start in something that's very similar, or you ask people who are involved in that industry already to like gain knowledge and gain experience from them, like that's a great place to start to look.
Like if you want to be a movie director, come edit our videos.
Yes, if you want to be an editor, we're looking for editors always on the show. As we're growing, we definitely need more help. So
If you want to be the next Quentin Tarantino, start with Life's a Party.
let us know. DM us Instagram.
Paul's really plugging that in.
DM us Instagram. Last one we got here is Jennifer Hudson. So she was actually a Burger King employee.
Poor girl.
So before winning an Oscar for her role in Dreamgirls, Jennifer worked at a Burger King in her hometown of Chicago. In 2007, the company awarded her free Burger King for life.
I guarantee she doesn't use that shit.
No, there's no way.
I guarantee Jennifer Hudson hasn't eaten Burger King in the past 10 years.
No, that's something where, you wouldn't use. Dude, you know what that made me think of?
I thought of something too. So you go first.
Rory McIlroy.
Rory McIlroy.
So the Open just happened. And Rory McIlroy, I remember, was this viral thing where he was mic'd up and he talked about Domino's.
Is he sponsored by Domino's?
Now he is. So he was mic'd up and they were watching this golf tournament or whatever, and he talked, I forget, to another player on the green, and he was like, he said something about Domino's, and then his family loves Domino's or whatever. Clip went viral. Domino's gave him like a Domino's black card because they got so much free PR from that little clip that went viral online that now Rory McIlroy and his family never has to pay for Domino's for the rest of their life. They just show the black card, free Domino's.
Wow, they could save $10 for a millionaire.
I don't know though. Domino's, man, is expensive.
Dude, what made me think of it is that Justin Bieber once said on James Corden's Carpool Karaoke, because he was like, "Yo, how do you get these Calvin Klein underwear?" Because he's a Calvin Klein model. He's always wearing Calvin Klein underwear.
Yes, yeah.
So James Corden's like, "What do? Do you just like wear a pair and throw it out?" He goes, "Yes." So Justin Bieber literally wears a pair of Calvin Klein underwear once, and then he throws it out and never wears it again because he says he has so many boxes of Calvin Klein underwear that he only wears underwear once and then throws it out of the trash.
Well, that's a great example that you could just poop in your pants because
Okay.
if you poop
Why
in-
do you have to come full circle with shit?
we gotta come full circle on this 50th show with me. You poop in your pants, you throw it out. Be Justin Bieber. That's the goal. You gotta start from the bottom. You gotta be super famous. That way, that if you do shit in your pants, you don't have to worry about it and just throw out your underwear.
That's a good example of if you sound confident, it will make people believe what the fuck you just said.
Yeah.
Because Paul sounded very confident, but nothing made sense right there.
It makes sense to me though. It makes sense to me.
But we love you guys. 50th show. I mean, we couldn't imagine how good we've been doing for this whole year. We're about a year, over a year.
We're over a year now. We started TikTok in December, which really helped us, and these videos online really help us. And we're working our butts off. Last couple of days, we've been doing a lot of stuff, looking into
a lot of butt stuff going on.
Looking into a store to sell merchandise. We're looking at the new designs. We haven't done a shirt release. Our first shirt release was in December, so it's been a while for us, and we can't wait to
and it was limited.
Yeah.
We want to get the shirts out to the TikTok followers and people who are not within our radius of living.
Yes. So that'll be super dope. Looking into a new set.
The new set is awesome. We have it sketched out. We hired a graphic designer. It's going to be next level. And we're going to get some guests, maybe Post Malone, Drake, start from the bottom. Maybe we can ask Nicki Minaj about the lobster incident firsthand.
So we got some good stuff coming our way. As always, follow us on Instagram and TikTok if you're not already. At us at Life's a Party Pod. Give us a big thumbs up on YouTube and subscribe to YouTube. We're almost at 800 subscribers. That'll be pretty dope.
I feel like we've been saying that the last 3 weeks. Can we get the numbers up?
We're getting there, baby.
Let's get the numbers up. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers.
As these people, we got to put in the work, right? We're putting in the work and we're doing our thing. But thanks for listening. This is the 50th episode. As always,
music, take us out. Peace. Later.